Mr. President, today we took steps to secure our Montana heritage and made in Montana jobs. We stood up for the Montana way of life. Today we passed a bill that for the first time would permanently reauthorize the Land and Water Conservation Fund, an important piece of legislation ensuring that Montanans have access to public lands. As a fifth-generation Montanan and avid sportsman myself, I recognize how valuable our public lands are and the importance of ensuring our access for generations to come. In fact, during the summer recesses, when many senators are traveling around the world, there's no better place that I like to be than the backcountry of Montana, like I was last summer with my wife, my son, and our dog Ruby in the Beartooth Wilderness. Because in Montana and throughout the country, the Land and Water Conservation Fund plays a critical role in achieving the goal of increased access and by helping and preserve and protect Montana's opportunities to enjoy hunting, fishing, and other outdoor recreation. LWCF keeps lands like family ranches in the family and working. It keeps forests in productive use through the Forest Legacy Program, like in the Haskell Basin, where my good friend Chuck Rohde of Stoltz Land and Lumber works. Today is a victory for them. Like Eric Grove of Great Divide Cyclery in Helena, Montana, who has built his mountain bike business around the South Hills Trail system outside of Helena, facilitated by LWCF. There are many other small businesses like Eric's in Montana that depend on our thriving outdoor economy. But this bill also streamlines the permitting for the export of liquefied natural gas, allowing more American energy to power the world. Montana is the fifth largest producer of hydropower in the nation, and we have 23 hydroelectric dams. The bill strengthens our nation's hydropower development by defining hydro as a renewable fuel. Only in Washington, D.C. would hydro not be defined as a renewable source of energy. I'm glad to see we got that cleared up here with this bill today. This is great news for Montana, and it's well overdue. This energy bill establishes a pilot project to streamline drilling permits if less than 25% of the minerals within the spacing unit are federal minerals. This is of particular importance to Montana given the patchwork of land and mineral ownership in the Bakken. This bill improves federal permitting of critical and strategic mineral production, which supports thousands of good-paying Montana jobs and is essential to our national security and international competitiveness. The absence of just one critical material or metal could disrupt entire technologies, entire industries, and create a ripple effect throughout our entire country. For example, the Stillwater mines in Montana is one of the only sources of palladium and platinum in the world. And currently, the U.S. has one of the longest and most arduous permitting processes for critical minerals in the world. And this bill helps address those concerns. Metal and non-metal mining also has directly created more than 16,000 good-paying Montana jobs. In fact, mining overall helps support more than 22,000 jobs in total in Montana. And Montana Energy supports thousands of good-paying jobs for union workers, for tribal members. And access to our state's one-of-a-kind public lands is critical to our state's tourism economy and our way of life. We in Montana say we work or we also like to play, striking the right balance here towards responsible natural resource development as well as protecting our public lands. Today's passage of the energy bill will help unleash Montana's and our country's energy potential and uphold our country's commitment to conservation. I urge adoption of the bill and commend Chairman Murkowski for her leadership. Thank you, Mr. President.